The Lions are breaking barriers and surprising the NFL in a way no one expected. An impressive milestone was reached on the road, and coach Dan Campbell came up with a statement that has people talking. And if that's already got your attention, get ready to discover the genius move that turned a serious problem for the team into an unexpected and efficient solution. Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions are cooking up something special, and it's got the entire league buzzing. With a gritty win on the road this week, the Lions hit a massive milestone. They've gone a perfect 6-0 in away games this season, stacking their 8th consecutive victory. And if there's one thing you can count on after a Lions win, it's Campbell delivering one of his trademark post-game speeches. This time, he crowned his squad with a title that's as fitting as it is badass: Road Warriors. Campbell broke it down for his guys in the locker room, laying out just how far they've come. "I read something this morning about being on the road," he started. Then he took everyone on a quick trip down memory lane. "We were 2-6 in 2022. We hadn't won a road game in 2 years. We were 0-11-1 on the road in 21 and half of 22. Then we went to Chicago, got that first dub, and since then, we're 16-5 on the road, men. Every one of you is a part of that. That's not just stats talk, it's culture talk. This team has been through the fire, and now they're thriving in enemy territory. Road warriors indeed." Let's not forget, though, this transformation didn't happen overnight. When Campbell took the reins in 2021, the Lions were basically the NFC North's basement regulars, 4th place, 3 years running. Even his first season was rough. But somewhere in year 2, things started clicking. Players bought into Campbell's tough love mentality, and GM Brad Holmes went to work building a roster packed with hard-nosed competitors who clearly hate losing. Fast forward to now, and the Lions are riding high at 10-1, sitting comfortably atop the NFC North. This is the same guy who got laughed at for his infamous "bite their kneecaps" speech during his intro presser. Nobody's laughing now. This squad is for real, and they're doing it with Campbell's grit and swagger stamped all over them. Winning in the NFL is brutal. Winning on the road, even tougher. But ever since that pivotal Week 10 victory in Chicago last year, the Lions have been nearly unstoppable away from home. They've owned road games like few teams in recent memory, making that 16-5 record as visitors feel like more than just a stat. It's a statement. So, what did you think of this historic achievement? Tell us in the comments. But hold back your excitement, because what Brad Holmes did behind the scenes is even more surprising. Let's talk about Brad Holmes, the maestro behind the scenes for the Detroit Lions. This guy doesn't just play chess while everyone else is playing checkers. He's inventing a whole new game. After snagging Executive of the Year last season thanks to an electric draft class and some clutch off-season moves, Holmes is making a case to take home the hardware again. But here's the kicker. It's not for the flashy picks or high-dollar signings you might think. Sure, the Lions' 2023 draft haul was solid, even if it didn't quite match last year's fireworks. And yeah, those free agent grabs? Absolute game changers. DJ Reader has been a beast in the trenches. Carlton Davis is locking down receivers like a vault. And Amick Robertson has been a revelation in the secondary. But the move that really puts Holmes in a league of his own? Bringing in Tim Patrick. Let's rewind to the offseason. The Lions were staring down a big problem after losing Josh Reynolds. Reynolds wasn't just any receiver, he was Mr. Reliable, the guy who kept the chains moving. Of his 40 catches last season, a jaw-dropping 32 went for first downs. Replacing that kind of production isn't easy, and the Lions knew it. Dan Campbell himself couldn't stop talking about how they were waiting for someone to step up among the depth chart receivers. Spoiler alert, no one did. Then Holmes worked his magic. Right after final cuts, he swooped in and snagged Patrick, a guy most teams wouldn't have given a second look. And boy, has that gamble paid off. Patrick isn't putting up monster stats, but he's doing exactly what the Lions needed. So far, 19 catches, and 11 of those have moved the sticks. That's Reynolds-level efficiency right there. The Colts game on Sunday? Perfect example. Patrick had 4 grabs, 3 of which converted for first downs. That's clutch. With 6 games left, he might not fully match Reynolds' numbers from last year, but he doesn't need to. What Holmes pulled off was finding the perfect role player without breaking the bank or burning draft capital. This isn't just about stats, it's about the vision. Holmes identified a need, ignored the big-name temptations, and plucked the ideal guy from the scrap heap. That's elite-level roster building. For that alone, he deserves a back-to-back win as Executive of the Year. Brad Holmes isn't just keeping the Lions competitive, he's building a sustainable powerhouse, one brilliant move at a time. The Lions are becoming an example of how to build a winning team in an intelligent way and with identity. As a fan, it is impossible not to be excited about the future of this team. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to continue following everything about the Lions and the rest of the NFL.